Alrighty, y'all. So as you can see here, I'm actually on the YouTube page for Netflix in regards to a new trailer that dropped for Devil May Cry Season 2. The only reason why I'm doing this is because there's one person out there, that being my friend, who for some reason is always telling me to react to all of the things that come out about this. And I just want to make him happy. It's kind of like that PewDiePie that, like I just want him to be quiet. I want him to hear my reactions and so on and so forth, because I guess we're both pretty big DNC fans. Maybe he understands more than I do. Maybe, I have no idea. But yeah, I honestly didn't even think that they would be doing another trailer, which makes sense, just because of the fact that we are getting pretty close to the actual release of the actual season. From the time that I'm actually recording this, I believe it is actually April 21st. So obviously we're getting pretty close to May, and then once May hits, that's where the season is going to drop, which I honestly don't know if season 2 is going to drop with all of its episodes, or if it's just going to be like 1 week type episodes releases. But I'm really excited for it. Obviously this is just called official trailer again, kind of like the other one, so I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to be showing, kind of like I do with the other trailer reactions. I'm gonna just be playing it, and I'm gonna pause it just for like copyright or anything. I don't want to be claimed, so I might just play little clips here and there, pause it, and give my thoughts. So without further ado, let's see. And this one's pretty beefy. It's a minute and 45, so I honestly don't know what it's going to be showing, but let's see what it actually has to offer.
Do you know why we are here, Dante? There have been some...
Okay, wait. So, I feel like I can't say too much about that, just because I feel like we've seen those in prior trailers. Obviously, one of the first trailers we ever got was kind of showcasing Dante after kind of like a small little time skip. We obviously get introduced to his primary pistols, Ebony and Ivory. And obviously we got to see that cool sequence that we got to see in one of the other trailers, with him kind of just messing around with the guns. And this one also looks very familiar in regards to kind of just debriefing. I think we might see that person on the right with like the fluffy coat maybe a bit clearer, because I think he reminds me of obviously I'm really bad when it comes to names, but he reminds me, if I remember, that coat kind of reminds me of the person from Devil May Cry 2, which arguably is the worst. I was going to say the best game. Y'all, it's pretty late. I don't know why I was going to say that. Devil May Cry 2 is obviously one of the worst games in the series, but I think that guy might be from that second game. So let's just kind of continue to see what they showcase.
issues. You lost your mother, and now your brother suddenly back?
Virgil, what did Mundus do to you?
Oh, okay. I'm glad that I stopped it here, because I heard him say Mundus. So they're actually going to be showcasing to us how Mundus looks in this thing. Because I remember in the games, they also showed what Mundus looked like, whether it's the original Devil May Cry. Obviously, this isn't DMC Devil May Cry, right? Because I know that Mundus is very different compared to what we got with the original series. And I know there's a lot of things in regards to Mundus and Virgil within the original story, right? Because I believe, like, after, what was it, like, DMC 3, like, he gets trapped within hell, or that one like purgatory state, and that's where obviously Mundus turns him into like the Neo Angelos that we see within Devil May Cry 1. And for all of you guys who are super fans, let me know if I'm saying all this stuff wrong, just because I know for me I'm kind of iffy when it comes to the story, but I believe that's how it goes. So I guess right here we're getting a little tease as to like the power that Mundus is going to be giving Virgil. And even with like this, I'm kind of curious to kind of see where this actually plays on, or what they're actually going to tell within this trailer. So let's just keep on going.
He set me free.
You're gonna
Okay, so before, because I don't even know, am I going to get copyrighted for this? I'm going to still upload it and see what happens. But apparently he set him free. And I don't think that's what happens within the actual game, right? I feel like within the game, he actually becomes a prisoner, not necessarily being set free. I don't know if Dante is the one that kind of sets him free from all the times that he actually beats him as Neo Angelo within the actual, I think it's DMC1. But yeah, it's really interesting. Obviously, it seems like we're just going to be having some very hardcore music with a bunch of just visuals. So I'm really excited to see what else to actually show here. Because I feel like we've been getting a lot of teasers, as in like how the fights actually look within the season. And I feel like that's kind of getting into spoiler territory. Like I'm really hoping that they save some unique stuff for the actual show, just because I feel like they have shown a lot of action sequences. So let's just kind of keep on going and see what happens here. Whoa, okay. Am I able to I don't want to return it. That's interesting. I see him holding two swords there. I wonder which one the other one is, because it doesn't look like the Rebellion. Because I don't know if they're getting into like the whole thing about them needing to kind of wield both weapons for the ultimate power. But yeah, we're getting a lot of fight sequences, and I'm getting kind of worried that we're getting too much. I don't think they've done this before, but for me, with my experience with like animes and stuff, every time they're just showcasing way more than needs to be shown, I feel like that is kind of spoiler territory. But what I'm seeing looks really nice, and even that last shot, obviously I don't want to back it up because maybe I'll do that at the very end, but that shot looked really cool and very detailed. So obviously we're getting into, I guess, the end of the trailer here. No, we still have a lot left. Let's keep on
You
going.
and your brother both have roles to play in the coming Reformation.
Mr. Magic Man, been meaning to tell ya.
Oh, okay, so that guy is from Devil May Cry 2, I believe. I just don't remember his name. And we're even seeing a sequence with Dante holding a rocket launcher here, which is crazy because that's what Lady usually uses. I remember that's like her main choice of weapon. So the fact that we're seeing him with the bazooka is pretty interesting here.
You got a little something right here.
I'm gonna pause it there. This is what I was kind of talking about within like the trailer I did with like the Dante and Virgil story stuff, right? Where I didn't necessarily know if Virgil was going to be like the main villain of the season, or if it's going to be like him being like an anti-hero and there actually being another villain. So I'm kind of confused now and intrigued at the same time, because I feel like Virgil is just like a side character, like a misunderstood character, which obviously that's just Virgil's character as a whole, right? And I'm kind of curious to know if the actual enemy from Devil May Cry 2 is going to be quote unquote like the main villain, because I know he was like very dastardly within the second game, obviously with the second game not being the most well received one. Obviously I don't know the full extent as to what he's going to be able to do in this season, but it seems like they're kind of targeting him as the main villain. Or I don't know if it's going to be Mundus, but I feel like Mundus is like a final boss like seasons down if they want to continue this. So it's really interesting to see them introduce this character very slightly, and obviously we don't know his motives in the actual show. So I'm kind of intrigued as to how they're going to be playing him, if he's going to be playing that main villain role. And obviously we're getting a bunch of cool visuals and sequences here, so let's keep on going to see how all these fight scenes actually look. You see, I'm so confused because even in that scene, it shows Virgil as an adult. I don't know if that statue is Mundus or what the heck. Who is the villain of this season, y'all? I'm not complaining. Like, give us all you want. But what is this trailer, y'all? Like, this trailer is not even close to finishing. Like, there's still 40 seconds left, and they're showing us so much. I'm hyped, but at the same time, I'm like, please stop the trailer. Like, I feel like this is just way too much information here. Or lack of information, because I don't even know what's going on.
The Sons of Sparta, at last.
I hate to sound harsh, but this is the worst ventriloquist act I've ever seen. I can't even tell which of you is the hand and which is the asshole.
You see, like... I don't know what to say. I mean, obviously, we're getting so much now. Because this whole time we're just like, all right, it's going to be Dante and Virgil fighting. And now we're getting scenes of them fighting together, which obviously, if you're a fan of the series, you kind of know it was inevitable that those two were going to team up, whether it's like a friendly team up or just a once and done type of team up. But dude, why are we getting so much? Why are we getting so much? I'm kind of curious as to how long this season's going to be as well. Because if it's going to be just a short amount of episodes like season 1 was, and this is what they're showing us, I'm kind of, like I mentioned, my big concern is just being overly spoiled with this. And I'm pretty sure it's gathering the hype because I'm super hyped to watch this show now. But man, I feel like I'm going to be going into a lot of these episodes already knowing what's going to happen based off of what the trailer's showing. And even like this sense, though, I see someone on that right there. I feel like that's just a normal demon, but... how much? Okay, we still have a couple seconds left. Or not. For some reason, wait, unless they show something. Okay, no, they don't seem to show anything. So yeah, we got a lot of scenes here. Obviously, I'm gonna see if I could rewind to some of them, because like I'm mentioning, I'm really confused, because maybe it's been so long since I played the game. What's this guy's role in DMC2? Because I think he does turn into like an amalgamation at the very end, which I think that's what Dante is talking about here. Because I think he does turn into like some form of like demon that just looks very, very like deformed in nature, like decrepit with how it looks. Is that what he's turning into here? Because he's not a reincarnate of Mundus. Like, I don't think that was like the premise of DMC2. But I'm assuming from how they're actually building this guy up to be, it seems like he's going to be the main villain of this season. Because I honestly feel like, because there's some scenes, let me see if I can roll it back. Obviously, it seems like they're going to be doing something with the amulet too, because I know the two amulets together form into like that devil world like we saw in Devil May Cry 3. So it seems like they're introducing a lot of things here. And even like this scene right here, like I'm kind of interested as to what this even is. And Virgil's holding two weapons here, and I don't know if I'm able to really like zoom in to see, because I think that might be Dante's sword, so he might be holding both of them together. So I don't know if Dante was defeated and Virgil's having to fight with the two of them, or what is going on here. And I don't think that can be Mundus, right? I feel like that just has to be a regular demon, because I feel like if they want to do Mundus has to be like a top tier villain. Like he's one of like the most powerful, I guess, characters within this series, so he should be like a final boss and not necessarily like a season 2 type of situation. But like I'm saying, y'all, like this trailer was really long. It was like, if I'm counting everything, it's like a minute and a half full of rich content. And obviously it's just a lot of like fight scenes, but they are introducing a lot of new things by like introducing this character, his possible role. That girl to the left. Oh, never mind. I thought that was Lucia, but I do remember Lucia being part of season 1, and she did look very different in that season, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, like I'm mentioning, this trailer has me really hyped. Like, there's so many cool scenes here, y'all, and there's so many, like, cool fight scenes. We get to see, obviously, the two brothers again here, like, with the standstill, with the two guns. Everything about the season is just screaming, like, yes, this is a lot better than season 1. But at the same time, like, season 1 just brought so much originality with, like, its characters and its world building that obviously season 2 is trying to, like, triumphate it with, like, memorable characters. Because I don't know if a lot of people were kind of upset at season 1 for not having, like, I guess, like, quote-unquote OG characters apart from, like, Lady and Dante. And they're trying to, like, recompensate that by, like, giving us Mundus, giving us a guy from, you know, Devil May Cry 2, and maybe other characters as cameos. But, yeah, like I'm mentioning, I'm really hyped for this season, but, man, I just wish that it didn't showcase so much. A lot of this, like I mentioned, we had already seen. Like, obviously, a lot of these fights of, you know, Dante and Virgil, which I know a lot of people are saying might be very political because it seems like they're fighting in Washington, D.C. with, like, the tower in the back and everything like that. I'm not going to be getting into any of that stuff because I'm just here for the visuals and the story in and of itself. But, yeah, like I mentioned, we're getting a lot of repeated scenes in the very beginning. Obviously, Virgil accepting the power from Mundus, and it seems like all of these scenes are just so cool. but I'm really interested as to like the implication of Mundus, if he's just going to be like a flashback type character while we kind of wait for like the bigger things. But man, like I mentioned, I'm really hyped for this. I can't wait to see what they actually have in store in regards to just like the overall story and what they're going to be doing. I just wish, y'all, that so much of this was kind of saved for the story. Like, I wonder how people would have reacted if, like, this guy was, like, kept a secret until, like, the very end, right? Like, imagine if this guy would have just popped up and people are like, oh, I know who he is, as opposed to just, like, bam, here he is in this trailer. And then, obviously, like, later on, it's like, you know, over here, it's like, bam, he's transforming into something. And then it seems here that this might have to do something too with like maybe the two amulets, because we're getting the blue that might be Virgil and like the purple that might be Dante. I honestly don't even know what I'm even talking about. But yeah, like I'm mentioning, the one gripe I have is that yes, I am super hyped for this season with its visuals. Obviously, I'm really excited to see what they're going to be doing and the art direction, the music, even like the story direction as to see what exactly is happening. Because if they're going to be making a season 3, they're definitely going to have to expand on the story. But my biggest gripe, like I mentioned, that I will keep on repeating, is that I wish they did not introduce so much. Wait, what the heck is that actually? Is he summoning the Demon Sword right here? Demon Sword Sparta? Oh, I keep messing up here. Is that Demon Sword Sparta that he's summoning right there? I can't seem to get my finger on the right frame. But yeah, like I'm mentioning, I just wish that it didn't include so much into this trailer. But at the end of the day, like it said, was it May 12th? I'm super hyped, y'all. May 12th, that's like 2 or 3 weeks away. And obviously, we're just getting a bunch of scenes of, obviously, Dante and his Devil Trigger. I think we also got to see some of Virgil and Devil Trigger as well. But man, oh man, am I really excited for this season. But yeah, I wonder what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this season? Are you guys hyped for what they're actually going to be showcasing? I'm super hyped. I can't wait for this show to actually come out, and hopefully a lot of you DMC fans out there are also excited to kind of see what exactly they're going to be doing. But I'm gonna stop rambling here. I don't even know how long this actually has been, because this trailer was pretty long and I don't want to be rambling forever. But like I mentioned, my hype level's pretty high. But at the same time, I'm hoping that they actually introduce new things in the episodes and, you know, not have this official trailer be, you know, complete spoilers for what's ahead. But like I mentioned, I'm gonna stop rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my quick little reaction here that I actually had for all of you guys, and I'm gonna wish you guys nothing but the best in regards to just getting yourself ready for the new season. I'm getting a bunch of like IG messages right now. I'm sorry, y'all, but hopefully you guys enjoyed, and peace out, and let's see what actually happens in this season, y'all. May 12th cannot come any sooner. Peace out, y'all.